me dear idea.
This is serious.
We are see, and maybe we are in them, but yeah, na I have me say idea ne shasi na obi kan. Sadia no shasi no emwa. Mpempina ni ntio ni pakwa na asam no kan hwe nipa no kan. Cause otwado issue aba abedu baby abedu sisi. Bra ye fa no na mekan. Ha na metie na mekan. And I've said it several times about coaches are here for money coaches in. It may sound rather negative. Say Ghana nyina ye kofa coach na de bia metra me kase obi a coach we de onya na se bi sa me Ghana ni me no na wa ha se Ghana lusu match a wonim se de sitie. Na se Ghana winning match a wonim se de many CG. But on say all of a sudden no ma ashase no na omo support to ado nyina na to ado ye good coach or ye coach. Onye scout we coach we say and na to ado disciplinary we say dey omo satisfied we so nyina omo akoma na otun. Also mean Omano Emre. Omano Nyemre. The shots your mom moved to 100% to you know the best man for the job. Dear Ben, on a blaster said you bet me a year, or bet me a year, Metia because a mummy when you may be you, then you may be Sisu Mammy. And you may be one name Sisu Mammy to me when you may. Oma muy kind near ye gidigidina ye, I feel so mean on my command, also Mano Emre. Ubia Ubia no Emre. Even if a president is a veteran who a be okotre. Ubia no Emre. Utwado na akra na as head coach kwa no cross or pacho.
Reflect no.
Ubia e din.
Can you dimina to say pressure what so?
Ubia e din. And ejuma ye. Some will get it right, some will get it wrong. Huh? And there are times many on the right, there are times many on the wrong. But I'm telling you for a fact, say I've always in majority of situations I've been right. In majority of situations, about 90%, I've been right. They are quite funny. They make coach. They make Milo. They make in majority of situations, I've been right. That is not being negative. That is not being negative. That is be out me. Who are the baby? I didn't free bano problem saying it, baby.
No, but you see, Avier, when we the amount the yehu, say Ghana ye kobo AFCON qualifies. Your group are Angola, Sudan, and Niger womb. Niger, I tell for Munteni, Niger womb. Ye bo group matches ni we ya. Ghana mum abed the whipping boys in our group. You know understand how me?
Until now we're expecting saying
Ghana.
No, now expectation is saying.
No, you see, Mejitum, your team ni yet. Right? Your team no and yet. But not this level. No, have you baby? I do no. You do crossroad.
I will say, honestly.
It's so bad.
Honestly, I will say,
Say, Ghana, yeah, the helping boys in our group. How?
Honestly, and upon me, I will say, can never I'm going to cry me bank. I mean, Casao. Yeah, I will say, can never buy me Casa.
How?
The banana come out from the mean Casa.
And Mate, I'm for excuse me. And your first 11 the ball game, no saying, yeah, no man first. Look, even your first 11 the credit ball game, no. Obi Oshe game critically piano. The Jeff from Domiade J. You see, they don't have quality more than us.
There might be a problem.
Me who
the BC.
Come on.
Mammy who the BC say, the same mistakes near you. The same mistakes.
Two goals near consider.
But then they give me a make the same mistakes near since 82, 42 years ago. The same mistakes near mistakes no. From a can the same mistakes in tea. Me dear how many say more what say no. Do no more. And they've been around for a very long time. Nim said the Nema is a koya intino, we ain't me unqualified. They know. Most of them know. And then Abba. Yes, I mistakes. Yes, I mistakes. Nebima and when the DBIS are yes, the result will be the same. The result will be the same. Yet me new bro, new coach body. The result will be the same. and sa pepe eba your coach's appointment na any troka yakofo bia sa ye be hye mra say we na ye pe we ni ye pe coach we ni ye pe say coach we ye pe no odis otimi qualify say yeah na be kwakwo show because enim say yes I be boan you didn't see a yen sa a bebuan be last minute no na ya the very things I yakase di coach no na yakotoagu. Is it the first time this has happened? Several times in appointment of coaches. The coach is scared be to your coach nika na this guy you say na yakopes kitu ebi no na nyaho coach several times. Player selection the same thing. Players commitment the same thing. Enti Ghana problems say war away football especially with the Black Stars no. And yes a problem for bia beka ho. And you the same problems. Enti na chance ya no be bia beka kwesi no. Enti chance ya no say so deal with the last time you be say the kwesi ye. Enti na chance ya no hu you the same problems are yentimi solve and I am man cycle. Enti every president we ba now I so now ontimi solve na sa na any sa the same cycles. Utwado bai One na enim so to ado oba ababeye obebuild team. One enim. One na every communication ben the catcher and say until results start to say bad no. Every communication ben the catcher and say Utwado ye fan for the long term. Every communication ben the catcher. Ghana ni ben na no what was say otie me and also hwe me ewo YouTube ewo Facebook say here. Ano nim say Utwado ba yentimi qualify enko AFCON. AFCON ya expanding it from 16 countries to 24 countries. There are 8 other countries now count. And I told you the other time say 8 na they can 8 now on a normal basis no. Omo ntimi qualify mobi no. Omo masan your person at least ya expanding no be nipa do na ntimi bobi and as a country do na ntimi bobi. There the 8 abeka on. 16 yet to qualify but 18 no 24 yet to qualify. 16 yet to qualify but 24 yet to qualify. And yakofa coach. Na coach is all ye den anytime be a coach be kasa bia no on kanya sasem bia nkyerɛn on kanya sasem bia nkyerɛn na sasem bia no waka kyerɛn so be catch us say Otwado on resign because won ko 4 time echi onu aso be resign on resign that what dey kan o say ko resign a ko ntimi nye player o ntimi ko ye coach no Otwado coach ba be no aye coach papa ben pa no Otwado wa ya ono also ye coach papa ben why oni club ye adwuma oni e din tadi si adwuma also oni pep kwa kwedi nkomo be 1 week bi and kwesi apia world cup ne ko no scout ma kwesi apia Germany ma kwesi apia na adentina club free ho tadi ti mo mu nyina free ho no ya amfa na adwuma no aden na adwuma no amfa ma no oni ni na ye adwuma no ye that good I didn't know that it's money club money managers different. I said no need dot movie. I don't know one fan. Onyadi, and that is the fact. Onyadi. Otwado nyadi. Obekwe qualification fine.
The air to say nyame admo china. The management committee no. As I think council betna na on my meeting. They na we expect. Yen saki coach na na.
Ubetimi nya all the qualifications in the world. Me my year you more corporate institution, corporate. Ubetimi nya all the qualification. UEFA Pro there ben the highest coaching a year. Ubetimi nya. But what I don't just say ube successful as a coach. Coaches are more clubs are you think they don't have that certificate? They have it. Coaches are more managing clubs are they are Pamona, they are bobo me and Sunny Pamono. You think they don't have that qualification? They have it. If you crowd will crossing any experience crossing, but with all the qualifications, you know, or to be chatted. When I catch us a certificate, that means that you are good. When I catch a Joe, and you don't do too, huh? I don't do too. You see, by their fruits, you know them. By their fruits, you know them. By their fruits, you know them. Ghana AFCON qualifiers. Yeni Angola. Yeni Niger. Yeni Sudan. And the womb. Ne awe.
Yanya one win.
Ne awe.
A draw.
Have your point, no. Ghana 6 matches, no. He said 3 goals and he conceded 7. A goal difference of -4. Yenya 3 points. 3 points out of a possible 18 points. 3 points out of a possible 18 points. Na Otuado to one sala or your press conference. No cancel train, no cancel, no cancel, no man for here, no man for. He is the luckiest coach Ghana yenyaha. Luckiest coach. Otuado is the luckiest coach Ghana yenya out behind the Black Stars. I'm telling you, go and check. Yasaki people for less. Yasaki other coaches for less. He's the luckiest coach. I don't know what me about Sabe press conference. Would ya Omiyawi? Would ya Botoname or the Abo qualifiers? Yawi, Ghana, Niger, Sudan, Angola, Yawi. So the kind of countries are more carrying in Anubia 4.3 Yawi. And you have the audacity to come and sit here and tell us, say, I will not resign. You will not resign because you have the backing of some people. I'm not for be back until I won't resign. I'm not for be back until I won't resign. He has no shame. He has no shame.
No, he
has no shame. He has no shame. Every president have of course a tweet out so quite the high from the highest they been to the debena and they will bounce back the bang. Bounce back the bang. When did you realize that you have to bounce back? What about 6 matches and you are telling us now say you are going to bounce back when Adinia Bona DNA echo wrong no didn't you see it? Ketokrek one you started qualification you bought a qualification matches now and then echo wrong no didn't get see it. You free maybe now bounce back when? Bounce back when? And this guy is still the FA president. We have this coach and we have this collection of players as well. Almost so many dedicated to play for us. The new coach Papa Biani FA. And we bet we are taking a bold decision to let some of these players know, say, almost to be taking the nation to ransom. And not here this was across possible. Say Ghana Bobo. Na Ghana for now, say free and call for. You penalty cry, no man for bomb price a penalty cry and say. No penalty na say and Panama for eligibility say Ghana bo penalty say no.
Okay.
How low can we sink? We a bit me go lower than this? Can we go lower than what side embarrassment or to this collection of players and F in the Amano? Can we go lower than that? Can we go lower than that?
Good morning. I want to say
Uncle Pardon me where?
Is it
Yeah.
A group in Nigeria.
Of course.
And
I don't know. Me a lot of history be but me many fear there. No, I've not seen this kind of low performance say from the Black Stars in the contest of say about AFCON qualifiers. No. It's very, very, very bad. Nah, I'm not surprised because so we've been talking about it. So I say, "No man kuyi." Kona kuyi, no this yeah, BBA yesun kubi kuyi, and me sure say there are sometimes that Ushe games are commentator to make it say team will wish born a point them so that they get the opportunity to prepare for the next game. They are not AFCON qualifiers in the corner. As a Ghanaian, you wish you more qualifiers in the Korean team. Now, you discussing the Black Stars beyond it because it was a fiasco. And match be a biano, you soon jump out till you finish the game, whether home or away. Records are to from Baba had here 25 years, Accra Sports Stadium there 16 years. Now you lose your it was just a messy situation with your AFCON qualifiers, you know, and no man could ye. No, Rich, you can't no man could ye. Ultimately, get results in who be. But how you manage the mess? That is the problem. How you manage the mess? And no. And the critical point I do is here. Mami started from the FA Hall. Rich, in the entire, Nijidi say it will be difficult to manage this mess. catch every phone now. They don't really reason with you. But that is the hardcore truth. Rich. Almost Esco no so Messi why are they meeting? They want to meet and get various reports. Into technical team, they reports, management committee, they reports, then they decide based on the report the way forward of the Blasters. Now, Rich, report in the film management committee, no abano. It will be a report headed by the vice president of the same ESCO.
Mankado. On a better report, no?
Yes. I said, no, it's in a man can on a better. Headed by him.
On the head, yeah.
I say, Okuku say, and I said, Jimmy say, Yamfa sports department, a report him. Say, if even Zando write it, he will bring it to me to sign. Yeah. Because I am the head. And see, the report never called ESCO anymore. It will be headed by the vice president of the same ESCO. This is common law and very, very fundamental. Law school. Even you don't have to even go to Makwala. What's that LLB?
Well, you know, I'm not feedback in tea. Mammy and we know.
I'm not feedback.
I say, could be watching, you know. Yena, Sibia or the Babo or the Babo, who you know, from Kakana. Yenti dia work ani.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
It's okay.
Enti, Rich, so omo call mo law school no. Your one of your first classes. Ebeka cho say, Adibuwa is so fundamental to justice. And one of them and they say, no man shall be a judge of his own case.
Sure.
No man shall be a judge of his own case. Enti me to be try a report and evaluate my own report and sanction any way forward of the same report. Enti Ochena, when they meet, if the management committee maybe Papa B, they were wrong somewhere. Can the ESCO in that room where Makado is their vice president look at the vice president's face and indict him for the report? No. Beyond individual indictment, the target was to qualify for the AFCON. Yentini qualify. Who among the Blasters Management Committee will take the fall for it? That is the reason why we are going in merry-go-round. They are not listening. The structure of the way they are managing the national teams is wrong. I don't need to shout. I don't need to mention OBD. I don't need to attack any individual to make this simple point. Structure now they running national teams, the structure is wrong, and it is simply wrong because sir, you are not able to incite Obi say and we are in charge of it and take responsibility for it. Structure be
I'm sure report on come oku man I didn't bump me. Meeting yet.
Structure be any checks and balances be it's not a good structure.
And it's true.
Wait, do I need to read Oxford Dictionary to come and say this? No. I don't need to sleep and I say me not to come and say this thing. The structure is wrong. It is simply wrong. It is all a Ghanaian, sir. Which we are not on the fence. The expectation of Ochina as committee, any decision thereafter, nobody is anticipating anything because the worst cannot happen. The worst can't happen. Now, only the Akume. Ubeje say the management committee almost at the upper. there are always government appointees on the management committee. Look, Yememu Hana Yewono, Rich, a to the biaon, a buying on take governance as it. Look, governance simply means holding public interest. Miminu. Yent, and ye obia or men will be a intimate boom. That is why we have governance. Would you simply and say you uphold public interest? And until I could see my money, that's how my committee is to know. So if you are there to uphold public, interest on it. In terms of say, you're lazy with the FA in managing the national team. Which Maka consistently say, Argentina Abayno. Also, the structure now, they run the national team now. Such structure no, has not been giving us any favorable results for years. But minimum, if it is because of our representation of the management committee in TDR, because they are giving a seat there, and they don't see anything wrong with the structure. No, Rich. So I will already acquire Jumaya. Yetro report in New you know your head is the FA vice president. So who will be being put to indict the same management our member of now? Who say vice president in Equa? Because in the room, he is the second boss. You know there will not be any massive feedback and backfire to you. You know. And see, a structure no. Look, they be a catch the Escofono, including Kets. They bring back the love, It will only be possible if you are transparent and you have checks and balances. Let the people have trust in the system. It shouldn't even be you. It shouldn't be individuals. Let people have trust in the system. You're rich and you're fairly Afconi. And then you're business manager of the Blasters. And you're team coordinator of the Blasters. And in collaboration with the FA Secretariat and then Karania Blasters now. And Kaminu we know definitely, say, as part of the contract we gave them, was to qualify the Blasters to the AFCON as one of our targets. And that they failed. And to make an ESCO, none of these two members are a part of the ESCO. So they are not going to judge their own case. And they could easily pull the contract and say, yeah, have a target anymore. This was a minimum requirement, not failing to Monko. Simple. And look, that is the reason why, even amidst economic difficulties, there are still job 100 corporate institutions. No matter how difficult they will still strive. It is simply because structure of money running on a company, Rich, it gives room for checks and balances and proper competence of a human area. When Timia, you are gone. Utimia, you are there. When Timia, you are gone. Utimia, you are there. It simply have to be that. It simply have to be that. And that is why the problem is 33. Now, Rich, beyond the ESCO. Look, Coach Otuado. Mimi and Semtroni. I know we have this problem. Yeah, in some trouble. We don't want to be criticized. We don't want to be told BBR. We think we are right. Yeah, mistake. Our opinion should be final. Meaning where you got that entitlement from. It's your problem. You muka came in a bit me I can't crash and say your problem. I am expecting any journalist be a post-match, pre-match press conference to meet Otto. To know, say, Otto, I want the highest certificate in coaching. Oh, yeah, say. I'm expecting every journalist to know. Say, if you are worth your sort of quadia, you must know this. But Rich, deɛ ɛbɛkɔ si wɔ press conference room hɔ no deɛ journalist bi bɛyɛ no ɛnyɛ news o ɛyɛ deɛ ɔtɔ bɛyɛ no ɛna ɛyɛ news no because ɔna yɛ the focal point of the press conference ɛnu nti I am expecting Otto to exercise a lot of emotional intelligence so okosia press conference deɛ ɛtɔ so Rich Otto in going through all Ntitiɛ as a coach doesn't he know say the work of a coach is hinged on results. This is fundamental. All over the world. Coach Rich, the bottom line is results. And nothing else.
Also, can't say I'm fan out of contest.
You see? So results now, ma. The mantra of coaches are hired to fire. No. Where did we get it from? It is out of results.
I'm so why you not doing tea. Abba. Abba.
It's Rich. So results in mind now could share some job for. Otto wanted some job for as a representation of country and citizens, to be nice to him. No, we can't be laughing. Yet him a transfer home as show him as a dear no maco because yes, some job for we are the representation of the public. And we come there with the mood of the public to ask you the questions. There are sometimes we can go overboard, no problem. Everyone that is who we are. We get angry.
Okay, Marcel Lusubi, Malusu, Mame, we were Hana 15 to us because I say me be lines now. Mema at your phone.
It's Rich. Nobody is expecting to be nice to Otto.
Okay, because result nema.
As a result, now you see, results now ember. Any auto response to in seminar. Ma catch that omo handle auto any communications in the say. Two things, Rich. Mehu bida. Mehu coach. Why you very, very frustrated with results? Na ono ankasa fa on the team say, I will create more chaos, then I'll get sacked. Okay, the famous Jose Mourinho football heritage interview at Manchester United. Look, there are times some coaching strategy, and it's a say no man ko year. Next on Besobe resign. He will create a chaotic situation and get sacked. Unim. Look, maybe say Busa Otto say. Nancy press conferences now wakono. When he met the journalist, say, you see, they be at the end mistake no. When you are addressing a journalist, so often say you are addressing the individual, you are making a mistake because at the end of the day, no. The other journalist, no, what you say? So when you are addressing a journalist, you should know you are addressing the populace. And me man say, okay, Otto, you are saying you are not going to resign. In the case that you continue, Rich, has Otto built a respectable relationship with honor, the media, and the citizen at large? Time and you go through these difficulties, Nana. The answer is no. Until when you are being posted all over the world, having a banter with journalists back and forth, the impression you are creating, NSA, there's no cordiality between Wo and the journalists. And the journalists are the representation of Ngmanfona or Mutikomuono. So how then do you even work going for it? How? Look, no craning yam Henry Asante Chum and the FA Communications should be indicted by the ESCO. Mr. Hart is my brother, but that is the truth. Because as people who are supposed to handle PR, PR lecture, say you failed. The way you've managed the communication before, within, and after the crisis of this Black Stars debacle. They've not done a very, very good job. And me who be
Okay, be my auto. There are situations where results in go ye. But Obi or Jude in the bit say, oh, look, ye man emre. But so because asamna, the person overlook emre and say, okay, emre no, will he be friendly? And that is where the problem is.
That's it. Fee, transfer and
Wait.
Richardo. Kofi. I think the baby I drew no. The everybody in Yanya Berry. And I bury because Yanya in your money. For me, I see it take responsibility. And in taking responsibility, you know, I make a very excellent point about saying I ain't demarcating for specific roles. But still, we need to take responsibility. You need the leader of the Black Stars job, Nesani. So he goes to the de facto head of football, Okromasi. And that is why it's very difficult for Mr. Keto Kreku to recuse himself. See, no matter how it's the same way, say, yes, or a FA president. But I don't know running the day-to-day administrations of the Black Stars and on your way the FA vice president. The truth is that you can't meet me because I cannot. President ain't me because you can't feel on Emremu. But to be very honest, if we say that responsibility taking, it will be a take responsibility. And you Mr. Get ES or Kriku because you know why. And then, if we had won the World Cup, and now, in Kiyem Bisa, the other question. I am very, very sure that Mr. Ketias Okreku would have taken a lot of credit in winning the World Cup. Again, in the appointment of coaches, he as FA president, everything, it comes back to him under his watch. In fact, there has been a time I appointed coach, FA president, Atina coach, new one in saying, Akase, wait here, and you try and error on Kremu and ye. But Sir Coach in the Bible, Alpha, in all of this, we've had 5 to 6 of them, those are coaches now. Obiaba and Fa. So until we get a proper structure, the FA president today, how he will take responsibility, and I'm not prescribe man, but he has to take responsibility. And so taking responsibility. If responsibility it's about sacking Obi, and as responsibility is about or no resigning, that has to be done. Because Rich, go back and play the insert of Otuado and let anybody or you're intelligent in reading Nipa body language any other. There is a video I can show you of Otuado and Rich. In the heat of the moment, not the Nensani Natari and Pepa. He has lost confidence. The man is distraught.
Baby, or cancel.
Exactly. Like, baby, I do. Like, that's the level it has got into.
Family.
Yes. Exactly. And this is supposed to be culture. Not getting a call long term. But in the last 2 press conferences, because issues nearby, Nasani can young hold the PR job well. Young didn't hear, it is gone. And again, Debbie Amekacho say, this is coming from somebody who has always believed that Otuado credentials, Debbie Amekacho says Otuado on your scout. Man, we allowed people to sit on radio to say things that we're supposed to say. The fact say, Obi job specification is on scouted players. And say, oh, you're scouting. In Europe, unkita UEFA license, you don't go close to even youth team. Internet just say a scout. But see, Yakasa, and then when he had to exhibit emotional intelligence and then manage the situation, and on a general say, back and forth, it was needless. It would maybe Henry A. Sonny Mukra say, Otto, Jai, he is gone. On Filika saying you cross Sonny. And that's why for me,
game me, boy, at TSC Park.
You see, I hope I'm not too worried because in his mind, boys not afraid of a grand crack and on my go. And in all the stress, or better we're encouraging the boys. So he can make argument for that. But it's not press conference. And you go through the moment Otuado go through and Nana. Rich, to be very honest, I didn't think of pre-match press conference. It's a I saw my phone. I'm saying, hey, when you see Wakra, these are the things I saw. But Rich, Debbie Amaka, Otu is gone in confidence.
And CCR, from time I'm sorry fee and pass on, the question I've been asking myself is say Otto Ekache and say, oh no, give you up. He stays on. How is Otto going to inspire himself first as a man? Because I see Okofia, on Timmy share a bush for Krenim because of Musu. So how is he going to look at the 30 million plus Ghanaians in the eye and tell us that he is still confident in himself and then he'll get a job done? Marituni, the most critical of Sansen when you know young Kaya, and they say, you see the specific players that have seen this debacle. No? Otto has a job to go back and tell John Thomas Partey, say me, I can lead you as my coach. And Ayala said, no, leadership is about the public opinion. In this case, public opinion is players. No, do you think that the players will still have confidence? And that's the question. Yet I say Isiano. I did not come in him because he can't on me say. Do you think the players know the backing of Otwada now? Debia, see Chelsea Cinema United don't come out. We say, oh, players no, Ejai coach Netidi, he has lost the dressing room. Do you think, say with this debacle, Otwada will have the dressing room of the Ghana Black Stars? When was a captaincy and seem very confused. When we catch a player say, oh, 1 man now, I will sanction you, and in all of that, still results are not coming. Does he have the Black Stars boys no? Or bet me go back to Partey and tell himself formation no? Yeah, about 3-4-2-1. Oba ne say befa. Oye mistake Ametian. Can he? When in the heat of the moment, he hasn't been able to hold himself and then be for a coach that's trained and a Jurgen Klopp. Come on, emotional intelligence should be the first thing. First thing. Now right now pushing me and na sebe me say wa boanu kwase already so. I am gone no matter how good I am at the job. It's asa. How do I come back and tell my listeners, oh, Sebe, and no, I will not be worth my salt again. And for me, it's difficult to look, and this, again, Obi are very positive on Otwado. Difficult for me to look at Otu and say, okay, you better match, you know, things will be, I'll be happy. Say, Otu now will go back into his room, reinvent himself, find himself, get Ghana to win games because, and now World Cup qualifiers, so, yeah, joint top with 9 points. And I'm what? Yeah. We go there unless Obeba Bakaka say Central African Republic match here next, no. We will have enough. Obetime inspire players, no. Obetime inspire no. Because which at this point in time, you begin to double think one decision.
And Barca are mistakes in
yeah, who double do think this year? Who your mistakes? At the end of the day, normally, oh yeah, no. After the crowd dream me, now for all your mistakes, it's rich. We can't move on without somebody taking a decision, a responsibility. Ochina, meeting na esco no ego. Responsibility has to be taken. A proper line of action, roadmap has to be, and your lip service, no, it has to be done. Else, if we don't do these things, here it is for the good of the leaders of the FA. And yes, they will go down as the worst. Yeah. And you see, because as some way backed by fact in Tion. Obi Eka, Untimi can say na dey no true. Because the person who put the results for you.
Mama numbers.
Yes. Obi had a list of Black Stars matches Yabo and Daketi years of Kriko. And see the funny thing is that every day, like I argument to be any structure and it comes back to you. And unless you take responsibility or you take responsibility using somebody, but we take responsibility using coaches 6 times into something more has to be done to make it merit your sort, you know. These things have to be done. Now, Rich, Enra, Mr. Hart, the press conference before Enra. Nenye. You see, I think that's yes, Enra needs a press conference. And as I said, before so because our press conference, no, you need to orient Otto. Say in the basi. And I expect it. Because say and Otto Abobo Kumasi say. Ni a share poto say na see free who call Baba press conference even the layman Ghanaian will expect yes obi me expect it because me expect it say bisa besi
you grab it back at us all Bobo
Rich what na see ya wo analysis crampo trap Emma obi bet code come about odi Emma be do attempt crampo pen oh boano but it's expected because exactly or the sikashim it is expected nya one also be di nipa na tem. So we should have expected this. and then find solutions to
No,
curb it.
Otto no him say visitor.
But say no, heart adwuma ne so be manage Otto in heated moment we say.
Na Drew nya no open cross here.
Na the manage obi na so no. Ono want hwe.
Alright, mami me line sere na yema tie phone so no. Emre no